What's up, YouTubers? Welcome back to Redline Junkies. My name is Daquan. So guys, I already told you every modification I did to my 2017 Hyundai Elantra so far. Then I told you where I got all my parts. So today is going to be the third installment of that. I'm going to tell you parts and labor. And when I say parts and labor, let me be more specific. I'm going to tell you parts, how much dollar amount it is for parts and labor, and I'm going to tell you how many hours it took to modify my 2017 Hyundai Elantra from stock. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, like I said, today is parts and labor, and I'm gonna start front and back. So first is the grill, the mesh grill, and hopefully you guys can see the detail in that mesh grill. Mesh grill cost me $250, and it took me approximately 3 hours on a Friday night to install. It's very hard to install. If you guys want to know the nitty-gritty details of every part that's been on this car, what it took to put it on, what the shop did, let me know. I'll make a video about that. Next, the front splitter lip on the front bumper cover. That was $150, and it literally took me 2 hours to put on because I had to prop the car up just to drill into the bumper. Then you got these claws right here, and those were $20, and literally took me probably 30 minutes to measure out on both sides to make sure that they're level with each other. The headlight assemblies, $500 for the parts. Then the low beam is demonized, as you know, it changes colors. Those were $150. Then the high beams were $60. Then the switchback turn signals, I don't think they charged me for that. I think they just charged me labor of wiring those up. Then the eyebrows were $20, and to install all this, it took them 7 to 8 hours in the shop. Now, I don't know, it was one guy doing it. I don't know if he had any like helpers, but I think it was just one guy, and it literally took him all day. He probably had multiple projects working on. Don't know if it particularly takes that long to do this, but that was just in my experience. Then next, guys, we're gonna talk about the wrap. The wrap, the guy charged me $1,100, and it took him 4 or 5 hours to do it. I don't know if he had any help either, but it took him 4 or 5 hours. That's when he came and picked me up and brought me back my car. Next, let's go around to window tint. Window tint took about 2 hours to do, and it cost me $450 to do to get proper when I got nanotechnology. Don't ask me what that means. I just got the highest he had. Then I got the carbon fiber. This is $30. Then the sequential turn signals, those were $30 as well. And it took us about 2 hours to put those on, and that's both sides. Then they got the little $20 biohazard symbols. Literally took us a few minutes to put those on. Then you got the rims. The rims are $200 a piece. And then you got the tires, which were $120 a piece. Then you got the drilled and slotted rotors. I'm gonna zoom in here so you can see the actual rim and the drilled and slotted rotors with the carbon ceramic brake pads. The power stop kit was $300. Then to install all of that, they charged me $600 or $700 of labor. Then you have these, which were $120, I believe. And they literally took me probably 2 hours, and once I actually fully figured out how to put those on. Never put those on the car at all. Then you got the fill cap, that was $30. Then you got these, a $15 can of taillight tint from AutoZone. Now guys, I would not recommend that at all. If you're gonna get your taillights tinted, I would definitely pay someone to do it. Do it properly, because if I could redo it, I would just pay somebody to do it instead of being cheap. That paint does not do well, and it dries out your headlights, and if you mess up, you have to really scrub these to get that paint off. Now, next, the exhaust system. These tips, literally $100, and the custom piping got took 45 minutes and he charged me $300. I think it was more like $286, but I'm rounding. $300 to install all of that. Then you got the front and back trunk lip. That was $150. And it literally took me no time to put that on. A little just priming the trunk and then put it on. Next, guys, the mud flaps. The mud flaps were 80 bucks from Hyundai, and literally probably took me maybe an hour to put on because you got to turn the wheels a certain way and screw them on, and they have weird tools to screw Phillips foreheads in so that you don't have to take the tires off and do it as well. And guys, I think that is all the modifications I've done to my 2017 Hyundai Elantra. I'm just gonna do a walk around so for you guys that haven't really seen it. That's all the modifications I've done to my Hyundai Elantra so far. Now guys, like I said, this is parts and labor. Now to sum everything up all together into one thing, I spent about $8,000 in modifying my 2017 Hyundai Elantra so far, and I've spent about 50 to 60 hours of labor in doing all of that. And not talking about things that I've done, I'm talking about how much it's taken of my time to put all of these parts on here. And give or take, probably give a few more dollars and hours to that. I'm kind of just rounding, ballparking, but about $8,000 and about 50 to 60 hours of parts and labor. So without further ado, guys, this is my 2017 Hyundai Elantra. You'll see plenty more of it. I do appreciate your support. Support the channel, and I'll see you guys next Friday.